Hey ladies, it's Jenny Procopi here again from ChronicBabe.com for another AWAP Wednesday video. If you haven't seen any of our videos before, AWAP stands for as well as possible. And that's always my goal in everything I do with ChronicBabe, is to help you live as well as possible, to really live an incredible life in spite of illness. So today's question comes from a reader, and she sent me a pretty detailed email, so I'm going to read it to you. How can you let your doctors know what a day in your life is like? My PCP, that's primary care physician, and surgeon are both great. They listen, care, never blame me or say it's in your head. They know a lot, but they need to know more, and they have no problem saying, I don't know. They also know if I'm laughing, joking, and smiling that I haven't experienced a sudden miraculous healing. So basically, she's got a good team already, a couple people who know what they know and kind of know what they don't know, so they're open, which is great. It's where we want our healthcare providers to be. She says, then I have one doctor who is a good doctor, but he can't handle the fact that I'm incurable. I'm anything but a typical patient and that the symptoms aren't always explainable. He gets frustrated, then doubts himself, then doubts me, and he has tried the it's in your head. He tries to put me in a box, but believe me, there is no box out there I will fit in. So how can I let them into my daily life? A journal? Any other ideas? Okay, so this is a great question. I've totally been here, and I know a lot of you have too. We may have some healthcare providers who really get us, who really understand us and take the time to understand what our day-to-day is like. And we have others who are in a rush, or maybe they're not as compassionate, or maybe they just don't know that there's stuff we want to tell them. And so we need to find a way to communicate that with them. So the first thing I want everybody to do, and this is a good reminder for me too, is remember that doctors and other healthcare providers are human beings. Maybe they don't always act like they are, maybe they act like they're better or they're smarter or whatever, and some of those people, they're the people you don't want on your team. But for the most part, just like the rest of us, doctors are human beings and they get frustrated too. So when they're confronted with a patient like me or like this reader who has a bunch of different symptoms and they can't quite pin anything down, it's frustrating for them because they care and they want you to get better. And they sometimes feel really personally responsible for your getting better. So it's just good to start this whole premise, keeping in mind that doctors are human beings too, and they're allowed to get frustrated and have feelings. Okay, so a journal is a great idea. It is a great place to start. It's really a great place for you to start because you're able to track your day-to-day symptoms and spot patterns, and this is information that you can provide to your healthcare providers and you can use it yourself. And some doctors will want to see it, they'll want to take a peek at it, but let's get real here. They do not have time to read your day-to-day health journal. Unless you're in a very specialized care clinic and they ask you to fill out a particular kind of journal, most doctors are not going to want to sit and read your day, or they just don't have time to. That's not how our healthcare system is built. Okay, so if you start using a journal, the trick is to take what you see from that journal and distill it down into little pieces. So for example, if you've spotted a bunch of patterns, you definitely want to tell your healthcare providers about them. If you see a day-to-day routine you want to tell them about, like different little things throughout the day that are bugging you, where you're feeling more symptomatic, you definitely want to tell them about it. And so I think a great way to start this conversation is to schedule a doctor appointment and ask for extra time. Just say, I need an extra 10 minutes. I've got a bunch of stuff I want to talk about with you, or I've got a bunch of questions. And most healthcare providers will give you that time. You'll probably pay for it, but it's worth it in the long run. And I would come to the appointment prepared with everything written down, or have it in your smartphone or your tablet or whatever, so that you can go over that day-to-day stuff with your healthcare provider. And most healthcare providers will give you that extra 10 or 15 minutes because they want to know that stuff, because everybody's goal is for your healthcare treatment to improve. You know, your relationship with your doctor, with your healthcare provider, is just like any other relationship in your life. People want to understand you and they want to help you and they want to be supportive, but they can't read your mind, and even if they love you, even if they live with you, they're not going to know every little thing that bugs you every day. So there's no way for your doctor to know every little thing that you do every day, but you can give them a little window into your world. So if you can learn to distill down those things that you need to tell them into little digestible chunks and make that extra time, that's a great way to start a relationship. On the other hand, if you have a doctor who insists on saying it's all in your head over and over again, kick them to the curb. You need to dump that guy or gal. You don't need anybody in your life telling you it's all in your head, except maybe your shrink every once in a while. Okay, babes, thanks for joining me for another AWAP Wednesday today. I hope this is a great conversation starter for you, help you get that conversation going with your doctor. If you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up over at Facebook or on YouTube or on the website. Share it with your friends. And if you think that my methods are sucky, or maybe they're awesome, or maybe you've got your own way of doing this that's really worked for you, please add your voice in the comments below. I would love to hear what you have to say. Now, this is it for today. I hope you have a great week. I hope that until we meet again, you are AWAP. Beep. Room. Beautiful finger flip off. Oh my God. And hold on a second.
This is gonna go crazy.
Hello. This is she. I'm sorry, who? I don't want a bunchy boob. That's totally going in the bloopers.
Bunchy boob.
Bunchy boob. How's that?
It's better.
Not best?
It's still bunchy.
I need one of those gaffer clips or whatever. How's that?
Yeah, it's good.
Better?
It's still kind of bunchy.
I got kind of longest blooper reel ever.